Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Home Show Unlimited, and for today's episode, we have a very special guest here with me today. So, I would like to introduce the Vice President for Architectural and Engineering of Weecomm Series, Inc., Mr. Carter Choa.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Sir Carter. Good morning. Thank you so much for giving your time to be interviewed here in the Home Show Unlimited. So, kumusta ang Cagayan de Oro? I've heard you've been here for a couple of months already.
Yeah, enjoy naman. Iba yung tao eh. Yung warmth. When they say na Cagayan de Oro is a place of golden friendship, it's
place
true
of
na
golden friendship.
Iba yung how they welcome people.
So have you made new friends in Cagayan aside from your staff?
Aside from my staff,
nakaikot ka na ba sa CDO?
hindi pa masyado eh. Due to the pandemic, most of my friends are yung mga agents, brokers, and then yung family nila, Sir Roger, of course.
So you haven't been around pa?
Hindi masyado.
So ano talaga, home and
work.
Project site. You're so dedicated. Sige lang, the vaccination is ongoing, so hopefully it will be better in a couple of months. So makaikot ka naman to Cagayan de Oro. So as the head for for engineering and design, what was your design process and how did you come up with a design for Intalio Estates?
Okay, so for Intalio Estates, actually this is an accumulation of experiences from previous projects. It wasn't an easy process because we had to go through a lot of improvements, a lot of errors. So what we did was we got all the comments from our old projects and then we improved it. Our main architectural team or design team is based in Manila. So what we do is
and you were originally based in Manila as well, but you got reassigned here as the area.
Correct. So we have a team there. We have a complete team from architectural engineering as well as interior design. So all of the teams collaborated, as well as getting inputs from other departments like the sales, marketing. So it's not just one team working on it. It's a collaboration of all departments and then putting the ideas together.
How long did you come up with the final design?
For the final design, actually it took us several months, like 2 to 3 months. Because
so matagal talaga yung design process.
Correct. Before
for each project.
Finalizing the design, we interviewed a lot of local people in Cagayan de Oro. Before pandemic, we actually did a lot of research. So we talked to buyers, we talked to sellers. And that's why we were able to come up with special designs specifically for Cagayan de Oro market. For example, we saw in the market that most of the people here are using SUV cars. Most of them are also, they don't just have one car, they have two or more.
So, 2 or more.
That's one of the basic requirements in design, because in our previous subdivisions, we only allotted one.
That's actually yung same din sa developers here. Most developers here, they have only one parking space. So yung nangyayari is yung daan, nagiging parking space ng mga homeowners because they usually have more than one car.
Yeah, so yun yung magiging hassle in the future.
Yeah, magiging hassle siya for the community.
Correct. And then, of course, knowing Cagayan de Oro markets is very family-oriented market. So what we did was we allotted a guest room at the ground floor, anticipating that their elderlies or parents will also join their home. So the bathroom sizes are bigger, the stair threads and riser are more comfortable when you go up. It's not something that will be a struggle when they reach the second floor. So the big toilets are I think one of our main attractions also, or one of the things that people appreciate in the design, because usually it's a very cramped space. But looking at it, or when you study it, if you have an elderly, eventually they need a bigger space to walk inside. Or when you have kids, when they do shower, you put a tub for them, so it should be big enough space for a lot of people.
So you really took those things into consideration in the design of the home.
Yeah.
Also, what I like is that you have a good sized bedroom on the first floor, because that's also one problem, like as a broker, that I see with my clients who have senior citizens or like elderly, or even the buyers themselves, even though they're still younger, but they don't really like going up and down the second floor.
Correct.
So they want a good sized bedroom, even if it's not as big as the master bedroom on the second floor, but at least a good sized bedroom on the first floor.
Correct.
For their elderly or their parents or their grandparents. So most of the houses here, they don't really have that, because what they have on the first floor is more of a maid's room or storage area. So there are not so many houses available that have a bigger bedroom on the first floor. Yeah.
Also, our concept is always open planning. We don't want to limit the creativity or like how the people will use them. So we always tell the clients that inside the house, it's very open planning, like the living, dining, and kitchen are all aligned. And then they can also remove or alter the walls inside. If they want a bigger room, they can easily knock down the wall.
So what's the partition used for the...
For example, in the second floor, we used gypsum board partitions with metal paring. So it will be easier for them to relocate or to remove the wall. As well as the finishing. We take pride in our finishing because we don't want to use the typical materials available. As much as we can, we want to give what's due to the clients, like providing modern materials and more durable.
Also, the look of your houses are more modern, which is in line with the taste of Cagayano's.
Yeah. Actually,
kasi ito yung naging uso ngayon for the past couple of years, I noticed that that's the preference of most of my clients.
Actually, we had an error before in our Iloilo project. We thought that the market wants Filipino style or medyo native yung effect, no? But after doing the model unit, they told us na, sure, bakit parang nasa Nipa hut tayo. So parang...
But did you do your market research before, prior?
Yun yung improve namin ngayon.
Okay. So walang research na nangyari
before designing it, kailangan, we know what the clients want.
And the best people to ask are the brokers.
Correct.
Kasi we can talk directly with our clients. We know the market. So we can do like a poll with the realties or the brokers. And we can help you with come up with a design na parang more swak to the market.
Yes.
Sorry, what you were saying.
Okay, going back to the materials. So hindi lang tayo nagsisettle for the locally available. We always look for better and more quality materials, like our kitchen cabinets are from China. We don't use the normal tile for the countertop. We actually have a solid surface countertop, and then our cabinets are also laminated, not just the ordinary wood that they would just cut.
So what would the difference be?
The difference is quality. For solid surface, it's one of the top of the line materials available for kitchen counter. The purpose of that is for durability and when putting yourself in the position of the mom or the wife, cooking and cleaning, hassle if maraming mga grout sa countertop. So we want to eliminate that. That's why solid siya. And then the material under the sink, actually it's a waterproof material because anticipating na magkakaroon ng leak in the future for maintenance purposes, yung mga ganyan. Our vinyl tiles for or vinyl planks for the second floor came from Indonesia. So, yung mga available here kasi minsan hindi pasado sa standards natin. we look for a supplier na talagang from Indonesia with quality. Most of our materials are also anti-proof. We don't use wood anymore because for maintenance purposes, very hassle, diba? Like, for example, the main door, instead of using wood na after ilan months pa lang,
so what type of material are your doors made
so
of?
Doors natin are all steel with very
it looks
thick
like
gauge.
it looks like wood kasi
Yes.
you painted over it na. But it's really steel.
Correct. Even yung mga stairs natin, the planks there are they look like wood, but it's actually compressed fiber cement.
Okay, so you really sourced more durable materials than what's being used locally.
Correct.
What about the gypsum board? You mentioned the gypsum board yung partition on the second floor. What's the difference between that and regular plywood?
Okay, so for gypsum board, the advantages of it are number one, it's soundproof. It uses a thicker section compared to the normal plywood.
So it's soundproof, so okay in pang vlogging.
Yes,
yung gypsum board. Where did we get that?
Correct. Soundproof siya. And then compared to fiber cement boards, less yung mga cracks. Okay, because usually if you install mga plywood or fiber cement, due to temperature changes, nagkakaroon palagi ng hairline cracks, and we don't want that.
I see that a lot in my listings. Parang after a couple of months, may hairline cracks na nangyayari sa mga houses talaga.
Correct.
So how can we avoid that in using different types of materials?
Yeah, the gypsum board is meron kasi mga moisture resistant. So nangyayari, hindi siya subject then to the temperature change. So much better siya. Actually, very minimal yung magiging cracks. But of course, we have to expect also that materials after ilan years also needs maintenance. Wala naman house na maging perfect na maintenance free. So it's also educating our buyers that after some time they really have to repaint or retouch some things inside.
Okay. I also noticed that you have bigger windows, and on the second floor, meron pang windows. I forgot what it's called. Yung windows above another window.
Yeah.
Transom? Transom windows. Oh, you have transom windows, which is basically a smaller window on top of the bigger window. So what's the purpose of having bigger windows for your design and having several windows?
Okay. So actually blessing, no? I have to tell you this na tamaan ako ng COVID nung June last year.
Oh, just recent. Last year.
Last year, yeah. Okay. So I was isolated in a condominium with normal size windows. Kasi usually pagka wala ka sa house, you just go home, turn on the aircon, and then you sleep, tapos na. But staying there for longer hours, like staying there for a month,
so
made me realize a lot of
month.
things. Na yung windows are very important. You need a good size windows para at least you see
like
outside.
These windows. So they're a lot more bigger. Parang 2/3 ng wall windows.
Correct. And then very important yung sunlight coming in. At the same time, yung purpose ng windows is cross ventilation. If you go inside your car and then open one side window, mapapansin mo the wind is not entering. You need to open the other side for cross ventilation. So yun yung palaging concept natin dyan. One window is not enough. So you need 2 windows, one on the other side and sa kabila, para tumagos yung hangin. Without it, sayang lang, even if how big your window is, kahit gaano mo siya i-open, if walang cross ventilation,
like if there's like a window
useless.
on one wall, like for example, if you're in the bedroom and then yung isang wall lang yung merong windows, even if they're big windows, but there are no other windows in in the room, walang airflow.
Yeah, it won't come in.
Kaya pala walang airflow sa room namin. Kasi yung windows mo sa isang side lang. So even if it's raining outside, even though I open all the windows, parang init pa din inside. Correct. So I still need to switch on the aircon.
Correct. That's why
walang cross ventilation sa room namin.
May 2 windows palagi. Isa sa isang side and then sa kabila.
So even if the other window isn't as big, like kahit na small lang siya.
Yes.
Para may airflow talaga sa room.
Correct.
Okay. So mas okay siya kung maraming windows talaga sa house or sa room. So sa bedrooms, how many windows are there?
We have minimum of 2 palagi.
So yan, ma-open ba yun? May window kasi sa top.
Actually, on top nito, this is a model unit. So we don't give that sa standard or as delivered, but they can always provide or improve on it. Kaya natin, for the model unit, we want to show kung ano yung pwede nilang gawin inside their homes. Kasi again, iba-iba yung preference ng mga clients.
Sa model unit, diba, there's already a balcony and fence, but it's not included in
not included.
Yeah. So yung turnover unit is the ROCA unit.
Yes.
While Magnum is to show the buyers what they can do.
Yeah. But of course, we have to set guidelines for our clients para ma-preserve yung look ng subdivisions. Kasi again, based on experience, if walang guidelines na na-set, parang magiging chop suey na yung mukha ng subdivision, and we don't want that to happen na bababa rin yung value ng property. So as much as we can, we try to limit, but of course, entertain kung ano yung kailangan. So minsan, you have to meet in the middle with a client na meron silang certain things na gusto. If it's not detrimental to the subdivision, why not? But if talagang hindi siya okay, we have to set our rules.
Okay. What about the building process? What is your process for building the units? Okay. Is it different from yung regular na hollow blocks na style na ginagawa dito sa Cagayan?
So for construction, first thing is dapat maayos yung engineering department. Engineering because dyan yung structural, yung mga computations. We never do substandard houses. Even if you look at our houses from Davao, Iloilo, kahit ang dami ng earthquakes na dumating, very minimal yung mga cracks. We never had an incident na lumulubog yung house. Meron kasi mga subdivisions na ganyan, no? Or even worse pa, biglang malaki yung crack sa mga walls. So, hindi lang siya kasi house itself. It also includes the land development. Land development is very critical na dapat well-prepared yung mga foundations.
Well-prepared talaga yung foundation.
Yung soil, it has to be compacted 95% before doing the foundation.
How long does that usually take? Like,
usually it takes months yan. Kasi you have to fill, and then you just can't fill the soil ng sabay-sabay. So you have to compact it every 12 inches. So after 12 inches of putting soil, you have to double check, pasado ba siya? 95% compacted ba? If bagsak, then we have to redo it. Kaya minsan, yun yung kailangan rin ma-appreciate ng mga clients and brokers na for construction, medyo time-consuming siya. It's not an easy task kasi you're dealing with a lot of external factors. Like for example, if umulan.
Especially ngayon, rainy season.
Yeah, medyo challenging. Especially when we opened this project na nagkaroon ng unveiling the other day. Biglang ulan ng ulan. Nung before pa nga nung June, umuulan na. So, we had a lot of...
and it's gonna continue going towards December.
Correct.
Wet season na tayo.
Yeah, so the timing is very critical. Kaya yung wall system natin, going back to your question, is also part of it. To be honest, we are still working on the final wall system. We've been experimenting on different types of walls na to make it more efficient. But again, hindi tayo bumababa dun sa mga quality or standards natin.
So you're still deciding pa on what type of parang process to use for the final na.
But we are leaning towards the steel frame para it's easier to construct. We don't want to do the typical or the usual columns and beams na may mga forma, maraming bakal nilalagay sa loob, and then you pour concrete. Sa construction kasi, the easier and more efficient, yun yung goal natin. Ayaw natin ng work na masyado siyang labor-intensive and then mas prone siya to error. So, ang ini-eliminate natin is yung mga maliliit na mga bagay na nagpapatagal ng construction. So, for example, in yung mga other developers, they still use the conventional type of construction. Kaya rin marami yung mga walls na hindi pantay-pantay. So, ginagawa natin, we have to set systems para mas mabilis. For the walls, we have been talking to a Cebu-based company who does precast panels already. So, ang goal natin is hindi yung paisa-isa nilalagay to make it faster. Ang goal din natin is to educate the local people. Marami kasi sabihin, mabilis i-construct yan, hanap ka lang ng contractor, tapos na yung construction natin. Hindi yan kasi sa construction, you're dealing with construction workers na syempre you expect hindi sila ganun ka-educated. And our role is to teach them how to do it. The role natin is mag-ayos ng standards for them na magiging parang Lego na lang siya, na magiging cookie cutter.
So it will be easy for them to follow also, even if it's a new process.
Yes, correct.
What about the materials used in your units? What alternative materials did you use na different sa usual that make it more stronger, more durable, more long-lasting?
Yeah. Usually kasi when you look at the house, lagi lang napapansin what's outside or nakikita ng mata. But behind that, nandun lahat ng trabaho.
Yeah.
So I'll go first.
Yung finishing lang yung nakikita.
Yeah, I'll go first with the water line. When you go inside, you use your house for several weeks. Una, syempre hindi lalabas yung mga mali, no. But yung iba gumagamit pa rin ng standard na water line, yung mga color blue na maninipis, no.
Yung parang pipe?
Yeah, yung mga blue pipe. So what we use are PPR pipes na fused using heat para maging monolithic yung material.
So what material is that?
It's a PPR.
Or different siya sa metal?
Not metal. Actually, it's a mixture of resin and plastic to make it stronger and thicker.
But the blue ones are just plastic?
Yeah. Kasi ang nangyayari sa blue ones, ang connection nila is using mga liquid cement.
Yeah.
So after some time or due to pressure, pumuputok sila. Okay. At the same time, when people come in, syempre you can't prevent them to modify their house. Maglalagay ako ng picture frame dito.
Yeah.
Maglalagay ako ng extra accessory or shelf or whatever. Hindi nila alam saan tumawid yung water line inside the wall. So, pag naggamit sila ng drill or ng mga pako, matamaan, butas siya agad. So, yung use ng PPR na water line is mas makapal siya. So, even if natamaan konti ng pako or drill, hindi siya agad mabubutas.
So, it's really more durable.
Yeah.
Than the usual.
Yeah. For first time here in Cagayan de Oro, as what I mentioned earlier, we always want to improve. Yung ceiling ng mga eaves natin, that's the extension of the roof. And the ceiling ng toilet natin are all PVC.
Okay.
So instead of using ordinary plywood na subject siya to moisture and masisira lang rin, PVC is more durable. Kahit ilan ulan siya, ilan times siya mabasa, hindi siya masisira.
Also, your ceiling height is higher than standard, right? The standard is 2.4 meters.
The standard sa building code is 2.4, but for ground floor natin, we have 2.8 na clear. Second floor even 3.2 meters.
So the second floor, the rooms on the second floor are higher.
Correct.
Then bakit ginawang higher yung second floor compared to the first floor?
Ano siya, minsan when you look at it, nasa proportion din ng house, no? So pag sa second floor, alam rin kasi natin nandun yung bedrooms. So basic science, 'di ba, nung mga grade school tayo, ang tinuturo palagi is hot air goes up. And then cool air goes down. So yung purpose of having a high ceiling, para at least yung hot air nasa taas lang, yung tao nasa baba, so mas comfortable sila na tapos minamatch natin sa cross ventilation. So malamig yung feel.
Cooler talaga.
Correct.
What about the rest of the subdivision? Are you planning to plant trees also along the roads?
For the rest of the subdivision, yes, marami tayong open spaces, marami rin tayong mga amenities. Kasi ang goal natin here is hindi lang sana sila sa bahay nagsistay palagi. It's the
kasi
community. Kasi
nakaka-provide talaga ng shade if you have trees along the side of the road.
Correct. Just to let you know, we already planted 84 trees now sa subdivision. It's called the African Talisay.
Similar sa meron uptown. Madami yan uptown.
Yes. Kasi syempre we want na mas green yung space. Nung pandemic, ang daming realizations, no? So hindi lang siya.
Naging plantita sa pandemic.
Yes, correct. Yun yung gusto natin i-promote na. Ang dami na-appreciate ngayon kung ano yung use ng mga plants, di ba? Indoor or outdoor plants. So, ang dami natin talagang tinanim dito.
That's good. So, at least, it will also increase the value of the entire subdivision.
Correct.
If maganda yung development, not only of the house, but of the common areas and yung areas outside sa property.
Correct.
Ng mga homeowners.
Yung concept kasi rin natin palagi when designing houses is kung ano yung nagsusuit for the Philippine weather or kung ano yung setting natin dito. As an architect, medyo hindi ko matake like they always copy kung ano yung uso sa ibang country. Kunyari, uso ang European, uso ang ganito. Naging uso yung Mediterranean, but minsan hindi siya practical because, for example, if European, mas konti yung eaves nila or yung mga canopy. Kasi wala naman sila masyadong rainy season. Okay, so nangyayari, inside the house, sobrang init or hindi na protect yung house from rain. So,
nakakapasok siya sa door.
Correct. So dito, as a tropical country, we have to consider yung conditions natin dito. Hindi tayo pwede copy lang ng copy. And then, pag yung client, it looks nice outside, but yung client naman yung nagsasuffer na nakatira.
So what makes this project different from the rest that are already out in the market? Like para sa'yo as the main designer.
Okay. So, siguro yung ginagawa natin palagi is understanding the market. We have to, yung heavy dapat yung research kung paano na-derive yung concept. This house is something different. This house is something hindi pa nakikita sa market ng Cagayan de Oro. It's modern looking, very sleek yung design. Always considering yung maintenance and yung people using the house. I was actually trained by architect Manyosa. He's a Filipino, very famous Filipino architect na national artist na rin. Ang natutunan ko sa kanya, sinasabi niya palagi, it's not always the look or aesthetic. It's how the people use the space inside. Kung paano nag-interact yung mga tao. Hindi lang rin sa bahay but dun sa buong community.
So the way you designed your house it's very functional and low maintenance.
Correct.
So the owners will really appreciate it later on.
Yes.
Kasi even after years of living in it, hindi masyadong madaming i-maintain.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to add anything else?
Yun lang for me. I hope you visit our model units. You can check them out and ma-feel ninyo kung ano talaga yung sa actual, no? Minsan kasi ang bilis lang siya sabihin.
Yeah.
Maganda kunyari itong interview, ang dami natin sinasabi na ito yung meron tayo, but minsan yung words makikita mo lang siya talaga sa actual if na-implement ba talaga or hindi. Mabilis siya sabihin na ito yung ginawa namin, but sa actual parang hindi naman. So sa atin, what we say or what we advertise sa mga clients, yun talaga as much as possible na dinideliver natin.
What about yung warranties? Like after turnover, meron ba kayong warranty?
Yes, we have warranties depending on the type of material. Like for example, yung mga windows, meron silang warranty ng mga rainy season. But syempre, yung mga maliliit na bagay, kasi nga subject to wear and tear, mas maliliit yung warranty.
Meron ba kayong time
depende
frame
sa
for
use.
the warranty?
Yes. Ang roof natin is actually 1 rainy season. Ang painting also is 1 rainy season.
So like that's 6 months? Or
one year na yan.
1 year warranty.
1 year na. Kasi minsan you have to be fair rin, di ba? May iba nagsabi, 4 months. Pag na-turn over yung house mo during summer, hindi mo malalaman kung may leak siya pagka umuulan na. So, kaya tayo talaga, we always want to be fair sa mga clients natin.
So more or less 1 year yung warranty.
Correct. But not all. Again, yung mga maliliit like yung mga shower, yung mga fixtures, yan mas makonti yung shorter warranty tayo dyan.
Okay, so that ends our interview for today. Thank you so much, Sir Carter, for the time and for the very detailed explanation of the house, yung design process mo.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Thank you for being with us today, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Home Show Unlimited. Bye! Thanks, Sir Carter.
Thank you.